How to show genuine interest in people. Hey, Alice here, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to go take a deep dive what's close to my heart, and that is how to show genuine interest in people. Have you ever been in a conversation with someone and they were just waiting their turn to talk? I've been that person. When they're talking, they're nodding and smiling, and you can't really tell if they're actually interested in what you have to say. And you walk away from that conversation feeling unheard and unseen, and maybe a little bit unimportant. It's not a great feeling, is it? Well, today we're going to flip the script, and at the end of the video you'll know exactly how to make people feel valued, seen, and heard. And that is what showing genuine interest in people actually feels like. Trust me, it's easier than you think, and it can change your relationships in a powerful way. So why is showing genuine interest in people important? When we show somebody that we truly care, it not only helps us deepen and strengthen the relationship, but it gives us an opportunity to have a deeper connection with that person. And in that depth, you can find opportunities to sustain that relationship. And this is important for all contexts in life, whether it's with family or in romantic relationships or with colleagues. It's truly important, and this really matters, especially now where we all feel lonely and isolated. Post-pandemic, it has not helped us be more connected. And guess what? Once you learn how to genuinely show interest in others, it's actually a soft skill that you can showcase in your job interview and just in general. It's a great life skill. So here are some examples how to show genuine interest in other people. Ask open-ended questions. This encourages the other person to share more about themselves. For an example, instead of saying, "Did you have a good day?" you can say, "What was the best part of your day today?" See the difference? You're inviting them to share more about their experience, not just for them to say yes, no. Did you have a great day? Sure, yes, no. Oh, more about asking questions? Make sure to subscribe to my channel because I'll be sharing more on my playlist about communication and asking questions. So stay tuned. Number 2, listening actively. Now, I've talked about active listening in my previous video, and I'll go ahead and mention that in the video. And it's so important, which is why I'm mentioning it again in this video. Don't just wait your turn to listen. Actively listen. Repeat word for word what the other person is saying. What that means is, as I've mentioned in my previous video, when somebody tells you, "Mr. Johnson mentioned that we will have a real estate development project in Brickell, Miami," your response is, "What I heard you say is that Mr. Johnson mentioned to you that you will have a real estate development project in Brickell, Miami." You are that person's sounding board, and you're checking their communication. And this way, you're both in sync and you both heard the same thing. Number 3, remember the details. If someone mentions something personal, like their favorite book, a big project, or a family member's name, next time you talk, bring it up. You could say something like, "Hey, how's so-and-so doing?" or "Hey, how's that project going?" These little examples of you paying attention goes a long way. Number 4, be present. Really look at that person. Don't be on your phone, and just focus on the person in that moment, because those moments are too few. Number 5, share your own experiences. I know in some cultures it's not polite or relevant to share aspects about your life, but we're human. We're going through the same experiences, except we're seeing it from a different angle. So everybody has a pain point in their family. Everybody is going through some sort of struggle, and why not just talk about it? Sharing isn't just about putting attention on you. It's empathizing with the other person. It's relating with the other person and their experiences. When someone shares something personal with you, it kind of activates your heart, doesn't it? Like, I know when I'm going through something and I open up to a girlfriend and she says, "Hey, I'm really going through the same," and then we can laugh about it or cry about it, and it takes that stress away from us, and that's a beautiful thing. Remember, when you share your own experiences, you have an opportunity to be empathetic, and that means understanding what the other person is going through, their emotions and their experiences, and you connect over that shared experience. Then it's a beautiful thing because you have a deeper connection, and that is the human connection we all crave. You got to give something and give give up something in order to gain something. Let me share a quick story with you. A while back, I was at a networking event and I met someone who quite honestly looked a bit lost. I went up to that person and said, "How are you doing today? Are you liking the event?" She gave me a cold shoulder and I said, "If you could be anywhere else but here, where would you be?" And she talked about being at the beach, and we just started sharing some information, and she was renovating this home and it was not going according to plan, and construction was delayed and she would actually move into her house a lot later. I shared with her a similar experience that my mother was going through as she was renovating her home. So we ended up talking for 30 minutes about home renovation, which had nothing to do with the event. And at the end of the 30 minutes, she said, "Thank you for listening. I really didn't know who I could talk to about this. My husband's already frustrated. We spent all this money and I just needed to talk to someone, and I could see that you care." And I think it's so beautiful where you could be so intimate with a stranger at a networking event over something completely unrelated. Well, as a result of that conversation, we actually maintained a deep friendship, and after a while, we also helped each other out in business. And I think that this is a beautiful thing. We don't always have to have an agenda when we're talking. We don't always have to just talk just to talk. Sometimes it's just asking that open-ended question and being willing to lend an ear. So here's a challenge for you. Next time you meet someone, try showing genuine interest. Don't have an agenda. Ask an open-ended question. Observe their behavior. Just have a normal conversation about maybe a topic that's not even interesting to you and see what comes out of it. You'd be surprised. Make sure to also put away your phone and try a little bit of active listening and say something like, "I heard you say that you're going through this home renovation and it's costing you a lot of money and your husband's frustrating. I hear you. I totally understand." See how the person reacts. Just try it. You don't have to repeat the whole conversation word for word. Just try a segment of it. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, please leave a comment below and subscribe to my channel. I'd be happy to see you here again. And hey, if you got any interesting stories about showing genuine interest, share them in the comments. Remember, the best relationships are built from showing genuine interest. In the next video, I will talk about finding common interests as a means to deepening relationships. As always, do the best that you can every day.